afternoon of May 10th, Jen and I had decided to go and get some plywood from a local store here in Houlton. And as we were coming up the road, we saw quite a bit of smoke. And at first I thought maybe someone was burning. And as it turned out, when we got up here, that was not the case. We did run into our neighbor who was on the phone with the fire department. And this thing actually turned out to be quite a big fire. There were fires kind of scattered all over the place. And, you know, the forest rangers and the fire department did a fantastic job of controlling that. So we're very grateful for that. So Jen and I have never actually seen a forest fire. We've seen them on TV, in the news, but we've never actually been involved with one. And so for us, this was a big deal for us. We didn't understand or have any experience as to how these things travel, how big this would get, and more importantly, you know, whether it would spread to the extent that we typically would see, say, out west, right? So could that fire have made it to our homestead? I don't know. You know, it's hard to say. The forest rangers, you know, took care of it. And thankfully, and you know, we're so grateful for this, but there were no homes that were destroyed in that fire. There was some personal things destroyed from you know, one of our neighbors, and you know, obviously the emotional toll it took, you know, on some of them was certainly you know, very, very hard. But as far as actual you know, property damage and things like that, it was minimal. So that's a blessing. So what does that mean for Jen and I? Well, we never really truly considered the possibility of a forest fire when we moved out to Maine. We did talk about it a few times, but I don't think it was ever in our forefront, you know. So a couple of things that we're doing. Number one, our long-term plan for the homestead is to build a pond and then to have a pump running out of that pond. The purpose of that would be to ensure that we could at least get water to the buildings, the cabin, all the outbuildings, and do some preventative work. Now, we don't have any plans right now to have that pond built. We have no idea how big it's going to be. We have no idea how deep it's going to be or anything, you know, other than the fact that we know we want one. For the more immediate future, what we've decided to do is build a trailer with a 110-gallon tank on it that has a solar panel, battery, and its own pump. And what we plan to do is use that in our garden on, you know, during the summers when we need it. But it will be mobile so that in the event something happens where, again, we have a neighbor who needs, you know, runs into a situation like this, that we can quickly get that pump and that tank out to them and or out to us, and do whatever we can to help squash the fire. So I've got the components. I just have to put it all together, and then we'll have our own little fire truck. So this was certainly an eye-opener for Jen and I. It was certainly a very scary situation, and we felt terrible for our neighbors. Several of them, you know, thank God the forest rangers were here and they were able to do what they do best, and that fire got out. So we're very grateful for the Maine Forest Rangers for sure, and the Houlton Fire Department. So here's the 110-gallon water tank that we're going to be using as our impromptu fire truck. The plan is to take one of our solar panel sets small charge controller, small battery, and a small 12-volt pump. Throw everything either on a trailer or figure something out how we can make it mobile. And that's going to be our fire truck. And so that's what we plan on using in the immediate future. All right, well, hey folks, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. And for those of you folks who have been watching our channel, yep, I shaved. Stay tuned for that.